Westerners. Now, talking about development, you cannot develop any area without the presence of peace. In Nigeria, we say peace, unity, progress, which means where there is peace, you can bet progress. In the Southeast, there is a problem, insecurity. And many people causing the problem are alleging that is because of the incarceration of NNAMDI Kanu. Let us remove that excuse out of the basket. And that was why I appealed to Mr. President when I inaugurated, on behalf of the Speaker, I inaugurated the Southeast Development Committee in the House. I appealed to the Commander-in-Chief because you can't coerce him. You can't force him. You can't use noise to bully the president to do anything. And this is the message I've been sending to my people. Let's quieten the zone and appeal for a political approach, not just the legal approach. It has been done severally. And it could be extended to us if we appeal to Mr. President.
So what you're saying, Deputy Speaker,
of my people in the federal government.
Yes. With what you're saying, will there also be another agitation for the release of Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed leader of Biafra?
No, I'm busy now. Simon Ekpa is not in Nigeria. He's wherever he is, and I'm talking about NNAMDI Kanu. If we release NNAMDI Kanu, it's going to help to calm the zone better. It's going to help the police and the security agencies face squarely those who are claiming they are agitating for NNAMDI Kanu. It's not everybody in the Southeast that is doing that, but those elements who are causing all these criminal action, hinging it on NNAMDI Kanu, which is not the truth. Because I've been with NNAMDI Kanu in the prison. I went to see him. And he said, if Mr. President is able to sign this Southeast Development Commission, it means that the Biafra we are looking for is close to us. It means that the Biafra we are looking for, that is the good road, the good hospitals, the bridges, the seaports, and all the rest of them, they are going to come closer to us. And that when he's out, he will join the Peace in Southeast project to support the peace that we all want in the zone. And he told me that he will fight squarely those who are causing the mayhem in the region. So it's not about NNAMDI Kanu. Some of them are just leveraging that he's incarceration and begin to cause harm to the people of Southeast. And we want to quieten the area so that the development that is intended by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will have its root in the region without anybody truncating it. So that is why we are appealing, so that this development effort of Mr. President will not be, affected by any of all these people who are using the name of NNAMDI Kanu to cause harm to the people of South.
I love what Benjamin Kanu said in that video. He was actually making a clear point that without unity and peace, there is no progress. And Nigeria right now, we don't have unity and we don't have peace. That means we should not expect anything progress. And like he said, that Southeast will never progress if NNAMDI Kanu is not being released. And he's making a lot of points. I also like guys to take a look at what the referee to me said on the same issue of NNAMDI Kanu. But let's of all talk about this one Benjamin Kanu said. And if you come to Nigeria now, we're in a country where there's no peace. Farmers can no longer go to their farm in peace. And that means, how do we expect progress to come in terms of food? Because we keep on expressing food crisis until they tackle the issue of Fulani herdsmen and farmers clashes. Because if farmers don't go to farmland to farm, that means we cannot have food to eat, and it will keep on increasing the food crisis we have in Nigeria. And it's very simple. If the government can only tackle the insecurities in Nigeria, tackle the peace in Nigeria, then we can talk about progress. But we have government that are busy looking for foreign investors. You cannot go and invest and call foreign investors to come and invest in a land that is insecure, in a land where foreign herdsmen are even killing the farmers, killing everybody, and then you expect foreign investors to come. Is not possible. There must be peace first in Nigeria before we can talk about progress. And like I said, Nigeria, we don't have peace and we don't have unity. That means we should not expect progress, because it can never work like that. And Southeast will never work or be peaceful or progress if NNAMDI Kanu is not being released. So we are pleading to the government to release NNAMDI Kanu. Let me guys take a look at what the referee to me said, and I'll be with you guys in a minute.
There is a lot about our country that could be better. But the reality is that if we truly desire peace in Nigeria, we need to take some hard decisions. One of them is the need to free NNAMDI Kanu. Now, there are multiple allegations against the gentleman, but he's not the only person against whom there have been multiple allegations. What we have in Nigeria today is a country that is functionally a cauldron, burning from almost every corner. And everything that could be done to bring about peace in Nigeria should be embraced. There have been multiple cases of terrorists who have been reintegrated back into our society, a phenomenon that is unique to Nigeria, the radicalization of violent terrorists. Fulani marauders of all sorts have found mercy at the hand of the Nigerian state. The southeast has been burning for some time, and it is not unknown that one of the factors responsible for this is the current incarceration of NNAMDI Kanu. That Afenifere has asked that he should be freed is in the spirit of a search for peace in Nigeria. If he is not to be freed, then he should be speedily tried. This has been the consistent call of Afenifere for years. If they cannot find a way to try him, if we can all admit to ourselves that we essentially have a political problem that has morphed into a terrorism problem, then why should it be so difficult to understand Afenifere's plea that the man should be freed and the path of peaceful reconciliation pursued? If we can make peace with armed terrorists, if we can free Boko Haram killers, why is it so difficult to embrace peace as an option in the southeast? That is the contention of Afenifere. We are not looking into the merit or otherwise of the charges. We're saying this has dragged for this long, nothing of substance has been achieved, peace has not been restored, and there is a veritable path to peace if you free him and engage with the dissidents in the southeast. That has been the position of Afenifere and every well-meaning Nigerian, actually.
Kanu and EPA for the same IPOB. What's your comment on that?
The IPOB itself has said multiple times that Simon Ekpa is not one of theirs. The Nigerian security forces knows who is who. If persons have committed crimes, they should surely be taken before the courts. Ekpa's case may not be conflated with NNAMDI Kanu's case. NNAMDI Kanu has been with the state for some years now. Muhammadu Buhari kept him in a cage for Tinubu to inherit. Tinubu has inherited him. Is he going to keep him in that cage, and then for how long would he be kept there? At what point would we begin the search for peace in the southeast? So when I'm speaking about NNAMDI Kanu, be careful to understand that I'm not conflating his case with that of EPA. There are two different cases. I am not an Easterner, but I am a Nigerian, and what ails one ails the other, and there really cannot be peace in Nigeria until we confront all these issues that have their roots in age-old grievances and injustices. If and when we've dealt with these, then we can start the journey to some rectitude. But Simon Ekpa, NNAMDI Kanu, I really don't know if the two can be treated exactly the same, and I wouldn't treat them the same.
I respect that. What about Omoyele Sowore, who was recently, arrested and detained, and he refused to be bailed? What's your comment on that? These are all legal issues.
Yeah. You see, the problem with the Nigerian police, or shall I say the Nigerian state, and my brother Yele, is that Yele does not know how to pretend that he is anything but a citizen. The Nigerian state, on the other hand, can tolerate anyone except the person who presumes to be a citizen. So the constant battle between Yele and the Nigerian police is merely symptomatic of the relationship between the Nigerian police and the Nigerian public. Yele is your average Nigerian. Your average Nigerian in the sense that he's not asking for anything that the everyday Nigerian should not be demanding. The only thing is that while the everyday Nigerian might be prepared to cower before authority or pretend that everything is fine, Yele does not know how to pretend that everything is fine. So every time Yele moves is a walking violation of the Nigerian system. So the Nigerian state must constantly go after Yele because Yele is constantly demanding an account of the Nigerian state. That is what you see happening all of the time. That the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for Yele is merely evidence of the fact that the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for anyone demanding to be treated with some dignity, with some respect, or as a citizen. Shame on the Nigerian state. It's got nothing to do with Yele as a person. It is the Nigerian state that is lacking in the capacity to tolerate its citizens. All he has done is to point at the evils of the state, that the state has never found the grace to change, but has always pursued him instead of changing, tells you just how far we have traveled on the path to madness. Yele is done nothing wrong. Yele is just Yele, a Nigerian who refuses to behave like a slave.
Afenifere has been known to not be directly in support of Yele's, antecedents. What do you have to say about that?
I beg to disagree with that. I beg to disagree with that. Afenifere has always been a progressive organization, and I dare say that there has been, I cannot even recall a single thing that Yele has been for or has ever supported that Afenifere has been against. We are not a reactionary organization. We are essentially a center-left political conglomerate. So how could we possibly have had anything against anybody professing revolutionary ideals? Yele is somebody we consider a natural ally. We might have our disagreements in relation to methodologies from time to time, but other than that, we have zero disagreements with Yele and we consider him a friend.
It's not as if Nnamdi Kanu is the one causing insecurity, but his arrest is adding to the insecurity in Nigeria. Because release this person, let this person go, let there be peace in this house, let there be peace in Nigeria. Because peace and unity is what yields progress. And in Nigeria, we are far from what is called progress because we have high level of insecurities. Farmers cannot go to farm. Business owners cannot go to their business or travel home to their business because of insecurities. And the main thing is that insecurities is what is causing poverty in Nigeria. Because farmers cannot farm, there is no food, and everything is on the hike. Because if there's no food, that means everybody that's selling, that have food stuff to sell, we have to add money, thereby making life more harder for people in Nigeria. And people in Nigeria are already going through a lot. When I mean a lot, I mean some of them do not even know where their next meal will come from. That's the level of hardship this country is in right now. And it's so bad that our government are not doing anything to remedy that, but rather they're busy looking for foreign investors and buying SUVs, buying cars for themselves, which is not the main thing. Now the main thing is how to tackle the hunger in Nigeria, tackle the insecurity first, and then the tackle of hunger will follow. But in Nigeria we are in right now, the government are not even doing anything about insecurity. Rather, they are even the one aiding the insecurities. And then tomorrow we are talking about progress and prosperity in Nigeria. It's not possible because we must tackle insecurity first before we can talk about progress. Peace and unity is what brings or what yields to progress. See you guys as any of you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Any of you in the comment section, I will see you guys there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay tuned, guys.